Hey guys, I want you to know there came to a point in my life where I was done with a capital Done. My name is Bren Harris. Maybe you've been there before. My story is not one I would have ever in a million years chosen, ever. I founded Warrior Moms by Bren, which has become the Warrior Nation and the Warrior Mom trademark. Uh, when my son was medically injured at 22 months of age. And in the last 15 plus years, we have walked straight through hell. Now we walk out of there like we own the place and take water back to those still in the fire. I love that line in Batman where it says, "Of whom much is given, much is expected." Our story is our story to help other people. And I love what James Clear says in his bazillion-dollar best-selling book, Atomic Habits. We just get 1% better every single day by habit stacking and being consistent. And we have an amazing guest. I'm going to reel you guys in and take you in the Wayback Machine of how Warrior Moms started. And you are in for a treat. Please hang on. I am so glad you are here. Let us know in the comments where you're chiming in from. If you threw a dart at the U.S., I'm right in the middle. And so is my guest in Oklahoma. And I'm telling you, the weather here sometimes forgets to take her medicine. And we have had some crazy weather. So please lift up the people in Oklahoma affected by all these. The scale goes to EF5. We had an EF4 tornado that took out an entire neighborhood addition in Northwest Oklahoma. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And we are talking about a lot of things tonight. And I want you to know that you are here for such a time as this. Again, let us know in the comments where you're chiming in from. And we are so glad you are here. Now, I'm going to take you way back to about 2008. My son was born in Japan. And he was born a healthy, happy, beautiful, the APGAR score, at the top of the charts. And he was exclusively nursed for almost 2 years. And in Japan, that's kind of how things did. So if you imagine, tiny tropical island about 1,000 miles south of Tokyo. It's called Okinawa. And everyone there in the mainland Japan, all the hoity-toits in Tokyo, it's kind of like New York City, that's where they would come to vacation. It's a quick hop, island life. The Okinawan people are it's like Mayberry in the 21st century. You could leave $1,000 item on the curb in this little Mayberry setting. No one would ever touch it. Why is that? Because the culture is all about shame. And they do not believe in doing things just for themselves. If they commit some kind of offense, it affects their entire lineage. Much like, I know this is weird for us Western cultures, the entire lineage, all the way to the grandmother or the great-grandmother, helps nurse the baby during those newborn years. I know, months actually, and it's just crazy. When I was there, I was like, it was such a sacred act. And that's where higher power called me to become a parent very late in life and know that I know I'm called for such a time as this. And this little tropical island changed my life, guys. I am not kidding. I still dream of Zampa Point and the huge cliffs and the, raging surf. And we vacationed on an outer island almost to Taiwan that's called Ishigaki, and Club Med there. And it was just a short hop, kind of like Oklahoma City to Dallas on a little puddle jumper. And it was the most beautiful place on the planet. And I am so honored to have shared that culture for at least 3 years. And let me know, I have been gluten-free for almost 13 years. When I was in Japan, because they don't use the same pesticides, I didn't have to be gluten-free. So it's just amazing to learn about new cultures and to pass that on to our children. Now, again, we have an amazing guest tonight, and I want you to hang on because I'm not going to steal her thunder. Hey, guys, great to see you. Princess Miranda from Midwest City, Oklahoma. We have Miss Amanda, my son's favorite teacher, from Norman, Oklahoma. And we have Georgia, Florida, and New York in the house. Great to see you guys. And a lot of people will will chime in here and find us on the replay, please share this. If you know someone who needs to be on here and needs to hear about consistency and absolutely winning in your everyday life, this is the episode for you. I am so glad you're here. We have Illinois, and another Florida and a New York in the house on Instagram. Great to see you. YouTube, chime in the comments and let us know where you're chiming in from. And we have West Michigan. Great to see you. You guys, it means the world to me. I know your time is valuable and you are called for such a time as this. It is not an accident that you are here tonight. Okay, Wayback Machine. Here we go. 2008. We PCS, permanent change of station from Japan. We stayed with an older relative. You can see this kitchen has not been updated since the 70s. And baby Zach is on my shoulder. And I was so outraged that moms were being disrespected online. Now, why do I say baby Zach? Because it's really important to understand just a few months ago, this is my son now. He towers over me. You can see he has the big ear defenders. And we were on an out-of-state medical trip where we detox from toxins. And he is officially diagnosed autism spectrum disorder. In our house, we do not have a disorder. We have a diagnosis, and that qualifies him for a laundry list of services, which is amazing. He is level 3, which is theoretically lifelong care, yet to be very verbal. The medical community calls that nonverbal. And I want you to know, we learn words from sign language, American Sign Language. His name is Zach. Sometimes we call it Zachanese because we're not exact. But tonight we're talking about consistency and SMART goals. So our sign for tonight is the letter G. You just go like this, G, and that's SMART. And then we're going to take one index finger to the next, goals. That's our sign for tonight, SMART, goals. And our guest tonight is a powerhouse. Her story is so amazing. And I love that she is so fit and so humble about it. And she has a book coming out pretty soon. So please tune in, share this with the warrior mom that needs to know. I'm so glad you guys are here. It is not an accident. You are here for such a time as this. So we're going to bring Candace on, and I want you guys to meet my sweet friend that I met in another 1% event in August. I've been watching you, Miss Candace, since August, and your content is amazing. Did you make the live?
I did, and I am watching you.
Excellent. Please, Candace, tell us a little bit about who is Candace Munson and your story right now.
Candace Munson. Hi, everybody. Candace Munson is a vibe worth catching. Candace Munson is a bucket filler, an optimist, a fitness enthusiast, a woman who uses words to build people, fuel people, because I know what it's like to not be seen or heard. I am a fierce wife of a man who I know was born for me. I have been with him for 30 years, and I too am a warrior mom of 2 grown girls, and the greatest gift I'm now even is a grandma, but better said, Ima. That's what she calls me. Yes, that is who. And you know what? Candace Munson is still becoming. So there's more. Yeah.
Warriors, did you catch that? Candace Munson is still becoming. She's a marathoner. She's a grandmother. She raised 2 amazing humans, and she's still teaching. Every single day, because health is wealth. All right. So give us a little backstory. Where'd you grow up? How'd you end up in Oklahoma?
We don't have time for that long. Right. I'm going to give you the blips. Candace is, I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. Go Cardinals. And I grew up there. I actually spent my first 30 years in St. Louis. And it was actually one of the worst things that happened in a period of time of my life. There was an accident that happened. We call it the zip line accident in 2009, which gave us a shift that moved us to Oklahoma City. So I do say it. It was one of the worst periods in my time. One of my life stories and experiences. We were on a fun adventure at our friend's pond, and we were camping. Glamping is what we call it. And my husband and my youngest daughter had an accident on a zip line. There was this beautiful recreational zip line that was over a pond, and it was genius. So there was nothing wrong with the recreational zip line. And the kids and the dads had been doing it all morning. And my daughter says to, my husband, hey, could I hug you this time? And they had been doing it all morning. And he was like, absolutely. So they loaded chest to chest on this genius platform, walked up the ladder, took a step off the platform. And the idea was to fall into the pond and at their leisure. And they fell. And they fell 24 feet to the ground. And that accident was a tough period in our life. And it led us to some of our best days. We got to move to Oklahoma City several months later because there was opportunity. And you say yes when there's opportunity. The jump. And we came here. And we've been here 16 years, rooted with love.
Oh, and you have just embraced this community. And I just love what you're doing. And I love that you have a story, and that we would have never maybe chosen this story or this path in life. It is what makes us.
Amen. Absolutely.
Whew. And I see that in you every single day, watching your timeline, seeing you in person, and knowing that you're changing lives every day.
I appreciate that you're picking up what I'm putting out into the world.
Amen. Amen. And I know that you probably have some mantras or sayings or verses that really speak to you. Do you mind sharing that with our tribe tonight?
Wow, I love words. And I like to choose them wisely. One of my favorite quotes, and I do say this often. Oh, okay. I've got multiple that are popping in my head. It makes me happy when we get to speak words. Energy is contagious. Check yourself. Are you worth catching?
Oh,
I love that one, but I think I live by this one. Your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits, and your habits then build your life. Love it.
beautiful.
Do you have a favorite quote?
Oh, I do.
Tell me.
I'm like, we cannot complain about what we permit.
Cannot complain by what we permit.
And I love that because we get to choose the victor instead of the victim.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I would have never chosen to be a warrior mom, ever. And I was blessed with that opportunity to say, what am I really made of? And who am I still becoming? I love what you said. Candace Munson is still becoming.
Still becoming. I feel like I've had several season changes or career changes. And so right now I'm even making jumps and taking actions and doing things. And I'm thinking, wow, I still have so much life left. Like, this is just this season. And don't you agree though? Being a warrior mom, I am so grateful for the difficulties and the struggles. I look back on them now as those experiences and those mistakes or those difficulties, and I'm really thankful for them because they've created a story and purpose and something that we could use to coach others and help others.
Absolutely. I would never trade it. Would I have ever chosen it? No. Would I ever trade it? No.
Oh, I like how you said that.
Yeah. And it's because when life is easy, as you know, as a fitness expert, resistance makes us stronger.
Woo! There you go. We speak the same language.
And guys, before we started, I was like, Candace, I want those arms. I'm like, it's almost summer.
No.
And what did you say?
Consistency. It's consistency. It a long time to build this. And really, it's now just showing up every day, showing up and giving my absolute best despite what I'm feeling in the morning, because there are many mornings I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm not motivated, and I show up anyway. We call it in my classes, I call it mental toughness. Today was actually, it is Tuesday, yes, Mental Toughness Tuesday. Regardless of our feelings or emotions, we will persist and chase great.
Whew. Did you guys catch that? Warriors, that's worth repeating. Can you say that again?
Mental toughness, regardless of your feelings or emotions, you will persist and chase great.
Amen. That is so powerful.
And that's how I usually like to start my day, especially on a Tuesday. Mental Toughness Tuesday. We know we've already gotten through Monday, which most people think is the worst part of the week. I feel like they're the best part of the week. I celebrate Mondays like they're New Year's.
Awesome.
And then Tuesday, we just bring in the toughness.
And that's so powerful because we are tougher than we realize.
We are. Absolutely.
And what I love, you guys, just so you know, I went to this event that failed to meet expectations back in August. And that's how I met Candace. And I was so blessed by her presence and her tenacity for life. Everywhere we go, we can learn something. For you, it sounds like you've really been through some challenges. What would you share with our Warrior Nation tribe that talks about these challenges and how to turn lemons into lemonade, if you will?
Tough situations don't last. Tough people do. And it is possible to struggle and still shine. I believe that we're all going to go through difficulties, that we're all going to have these experiences and tough situations. But my compass is really to think better. It's to think positive. And because, again, going back to that quote I said, your thoughts become your words become your actions. And so I would encourage every warrior mom, humans, just to choose their thoughts wisely, because your thoughts are going to become your words, and your words are then going to take existence. And that is what's going to build you or break you.
Whew. Wow. Your thoughts become your words become your action, and that will either build you or break you. Warriors, write that one down.
That is my compass, really, is
powerful.
Going through many tough situations and life experiences that I'm actually proud. You're still becoming, Candace. You're still going. And it truly is because of just staying positive, is thinking better thoughts rather than the bitter thoughts.
Oh, think better thoughts, not bitter thoughts. Hey guys, if you're on the live, put an L. If you're on the replay, put an R. And if you're getting value, put value in the comments, because I mean, Candace is dropping some nuggets here. And this is really important because we are called for such a time as this and called to help others. And if we don't step into our calling and walk in purpose and champion that calling, then we are not honoring what we've been given. Hey guys, great to see you. If you are just joining us, let us know in the comments where you're chiming in from. We have Florida in the house, North Carolina in the house. Great to see you guys. And over on Instagram, I see you, another Florida and a New York. Great to see you guys. Let us know in the comments. And then we have Washington, Illinois. I am so glad you're here. And, I know every time we walk in purpose and champion our calling, that action builds confidence. A lot of times we feel like we need to feel ready or get ready or have our act together before we take that, step of faith. It sounds like because of the life circumstances, you guys took that leap of faith to come to Oklahoma, and I'm so glad you did. We're going to transition a little bit and talk about the books. And I would love for you to share with us some nuggets without doing too many spoiler alerts from the Major and the Musician or the Warrior Mom Journal that both just hit the bestseller.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It is, you are a big deal.
Oh gosh.
You're a big deal, and you need to soak that in and actually celebrate that win, because I know that it's not an easy thing to achieve, and you did it. And so I want to celebrate you and congratulate that. Absolutely. The journal it's a must do. It's a Munson must do. And I want a signed copy, please.
Absolutely. You got it, girl.
May I have so? Yes. I absolutely loved, there was a great journal entry that you had in there that talked about how scars make us stronger. And that resonates with me. And how our battle wounds, our life experiences, our mistakes, they only create wisdom and feelings of courage and liberation. And I felt like this was a strong, it pulled on my heartstrings, and it also related. It was extremely relatable for me. And I think you did a really powerful job of doing that into your journal. What I love about the journal is that you take these synopses or these and you put it into action. And that is what we need to do, because inspiration and motivation and stories can only last so long. But when you actually have somebody think and do the work, it's the action and the application that really helps transform us. And so I love how there's different components in there to learn how to accept your reality. Tell me more. Give me more.
It's just the appetizer. We have more coming.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's really important. We talk about this here at the Warrior Nation all the time. And our people that are on here every week, the theory to application. You know, we can think a lot of things, we can journal a lot of things, but we got to apply it.
Absolutely. Otherwise, it's just emotions and feelings and fantasy.
Right. Right. And this is real life. We're not here to have some, online persona and then in real life not be anything like that. The consistency is the key. You show up at my door at 8 a.m., I'm going to be the same as I am right here.
Oh.
And my family can tell you that.
Speak it louder. Me too. I think I'm often called at 5 a.m. Well, some would say too much.
I love it.
I say extra, but that's what you get at 5 a.m, and that's what you get right before I tank out.
And we know that this is edging to your downtime.
Yes.
Since you are an early riser.
Florida and Georgia. Yeah, Mama Munson is going down.
Please let us know what you have, projects you're working on, things you have coming up. And then after that, we'll talk about your socials.
I am up and coming. Actually, I have a fun event that I'm going to be that I get to be a part of this weekend. It's called Girls on the Run. I get to be the hype girl and encourage these girls to get started before they go on their 5K. As I love how you say I'm a marathoner. I get to claim that. Yes, I am also a retired marathoner. I support these young girls between 3rd and 8th grade, and I get to hype them up and get them excited about taking on this adventure. So I get to do this weekend, give them a little power talk to send them on their day. And then I'm going to follow up next weekend doing a small event for warrior moms for Mother's Day at Lifetime at one of the gyms that I coach at. And I'm going to provide a power talk there to all of our strong, relentless mothers. And then my next up and becoming is getting this, I'm going to claim it, best-selling book launch. But it takes a team. It takes people. It takes a tribe. So those are my up and comings.
Oh, beautiful. So if you guys are anywhere in the state of Oklahoma, hit Lifetime, take one of her classes. And she has a book coming out. And we're going to have her back on once that launches. And know that you know If we can do it, you can do it.
Mhm.
Please let everyone know in the Warrior Nation tribe where they can find you on social media.
I would love if you would catch me on Instagram. C Butterfly, Butrfly. C Butterfly. Look for the girl with the pipes. She'll be staring back at you. And I'm also on Facebook as Candace Munson. You can email me at themunsonway@gmail.com.
Oh, that's beautiful. And guys, when we repost this as the reel, those will all be in the comments so that you can just copy and paste. And please reach out because you are such an inspiration. And I want you to know you're making a difference.
I hear you.
Oh, every single day.
I hear you. And so are you. So you are making a huge impact. And I thank you for reaching out and connecting with me. You've made an impact.
Oh, thank you so much. Be blessed. And you guys give it up. Give a great Warrior Nation shout out to Miss Candace.
Have a blessed night.
Be blessed.
See ya.
Hey guys, I'm so glad you're here. She gets up at 4 a.m. to teach classes at 5 a.m. And she has been so gracious to stay up a little later so that she can share her journey with us. And please let her know how much she impacted you tonight. In the chat, give us a shout out for Miss Candace and thank her for her time. And know that we have a couple of Warrior Nation events coming up, and I want you to follow the socials. And that way you can be in the know before everyone else. I'm Bren Harris, the Warrior Mom with the Warrior Nation, your source for truth, transparency, and trust. Warriors unite.